Venus coming home to Taurus, and then Mars coming home to Aries. So the Emperor um, the Emperor gets his new armor, while Venus gets her new beautiful garment. So it's like they both come home maybe a little weary from all their travels of. It's been a while since Mars was at home in Scorpio. It's been a while since Venus was at home in Libra. So this is the springtime version. And you're Sonia, you're talking about the fashion and things maybe being a bit more revolutionary and exciting in the fashion shows, and that keeps kind of coming up with this of like just that springness of like presenting yourself in your authentic way. You've kind of gone through all these trials, being questioned about, you know, are are you being your most authentic self? What do you have to let go of that maybe has been a drain on you so that you can kind of step into new power? And this is like the coming home to all of that. Like I've kind of gone through the ringer, and now the the Mars and the Venus are at home where they can rest and they can kind of really be themselves in a way that they haven't been able to be in a long while.
Yeah, it really sort of closes out that story, doesn't it, of the April astrology of the way that we're moving from that Pisces through Aries to Taurus, and Taurus being so fixed and getting the things done, but Aries getting that burst of, okay, Mars is here at last. He's gonna, anything that still needs doing, Mars is gonna make sure it gets done. Anything that the solar eclipse needed that energy boost from, Mars is going to do. And like you say, it's just that settling in of everything of okay, we've had all this upheaval, we've had these breakthroughs, we've had the eclipses, and it's all been shown, and now at the end, those two planets that rule so much for us, they're personal planets. They're both home at the same time, and it just feels a nice closing out for us.
I will say that the moon is in that last quarter square to the sun, so maybe there's one final little story that needs to wrap up. The moon there, really close to Pluto, again squaring Venus, but sextile Mars now. So
Yes.
there's a little bit of a um, new connection with that Mars Pluto sextile. But yeah, that last quarter moon did get my attention of like you might leave your pillow at the hotel and it has to be mailed to you, so to speak.
Yeah, because the story never ends. It's ongoing, but it's like April, it's like everything, all the cards are thrown up in the air, and now they're starting to settle, and we start to see where they're landing, and or not, as the case may be, because we talked about how long it can take for things to show themselves. But we kind of know where we are now, with a lot of it, and like you say, but the stories on go, don't they? The moon is always gathering her information and disseminating it to us. So she's bringing it in.
It's a little bit like it's Friday afternoon, and John gets home from traveling all week and finally gets to come home and throw his sweatpants on, but then realizes, oh crap, I got to go mow the lawn, and because Jane has been taking care of the house all week and dealing with the kids, she finally gets to come home and throw on the yoga pants and put up the messy bun, and okay, there's still work to be done. I still got to make dinner. I still got to clean the kitchen. I still got to do this and that. So imagery.
And also, I'm looking ahead to the ingress, especially Jupiter into Gemini, but then Venus into Gemini and Mercury into Gemini and the Sun. I mean, like there's gonna be a lot of Gemini going on during Gemini season. Gemini season is going to be extra Gemini this year, and so this is also that pause or that calm before the storm of Gemini, because Gemini is just going to be fast and it's going to be expansive and it's going to be um, slightly deceptive. I feel like there's going to be lots of quick deceptions. I feel like we're going to fool ourselves very easily during Gemini season. And so just having these two planets at home feels like let's anchor in familiar ways to fortify and enjoy and rest before June happens, because I feel like June will mimic April and kind of the franticness of it. Um, April is definitely the loudest because of that Jupiter Uranus conjunction, but May 24th on, I feel like will also be kind of frantic. And then we get some more retrogrades. End of Cancer season and Leo season are going to be pretty wild. And then in the fall, we're going to have the first of the Pisces Virgo eclipse. So it'll change the story a little bit. So from this moment, from April 30th to about May 24th, there's going to be a little bit of a resting period that I think that we should all just enjoy. May feels very sweet, very comforting, and a little bit luxurious. Maybe kind of celebrating the results of the conjunction of Jupiter Uranus. Maybe I'm putting too much on it. I don't think so. I think I'm underselling it, honestly. And with that, we kind of close out the month. So I'm going to stop the share on this.
One other last thought is what we will see as well, is all those personal planets moving past Uranus. That's going to happen quite fast as well, as they start speeding up before they reach Gemini. So that'll be interesting.
Is Uranus going to go retrograde again in 2024?
I've got September the 1st. Yeah.
That's Pluto, right?
No, Uranus, September the 1st in Taurus. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
From 19 degrees to 27. If I'm reading that right.
And then Pluto will go around that same time too. It'll dip back into Capricorn before it moves fully in. The big ones are the Mercury fire retrogrades, and then that Mars Cancer Leo retrograde is going to happen. So Venus is not retrograde at all 2024, which I'm thankful for.